What's up, guys? Mitchell Gonzales, the Bearded Realtor here. Are you thinking about making a move to Colorado and you're trying to figure out what the best city for you is? Well, today I'm going to talk about exactly why Denver may not be the city for you. So, let's hang out. What's up, guys? Mitchell Gonzales, the Bearded Realtor here. Hey, if you've seen one of my videos before in the past, welcome back. If you're checking out one of my videos for the very first time, make sure you do click that red subscribe button below, as I do post weekly content all about living in and moving to the Denver metro area. Along with that, as much as I love making these videos, love helping people find their dream homes even more. So with that being said, I am a licensed broker in the state of Colorado, so if you have any questions about real estate, looking to buy, sell, invest, whatever it may be, give me a call, shoot me a text, write me an email. I'm available 24/7 to answer any questions you may have. So with that being said, let's talk about Denver. So, if you're watching this video, odds are you're probably not from Colorado, maybe thinking about making a move out to Colorado, whatever it may be. I work with a lot of out-of-state buyers. More often than not, their home search normally starts with Denver because it's the city that everyone knows about, it's the most populated, it's the capital. List goes on and on, but a lot of people, they reach out to me and they say, I want to look in Denver. So Denver's a great city. Obviously, it's one of the most populated cities in the state. Millions of people live there. So great city, definitely a good place to start. But in this video today, I'm going to go over some of the reasons why it might not be the right city for you and your family. Some of those reasons. Now, don't be scared. If you decide that Denver is not the right city for you, I've got good news. There's a lot of other great cities in the area that we can still take a look at. So right now, I'm going to go over the reasons why Denver may not be the city for you. So let's get started. All right, so the reasons why Denver may not be the city for you, and obviously some of these ideas really can go for any city in Colorado, not just Denver, but a lot of them are very Denver specific. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is the weather. Now, a lot of people move here because of the weather. They like the idea of having 4 different seasons. We get all 4 seasons. Most of them last around 3 months each. So a lot of people like that, but then a lot of people don't. So one thing is, if you've seen my videos before in the past, you've probably maybe heard me talk about the 300 days of sunshine. We are very proud of that as a state. Today, beautiful sunny day. But with that being said, not everyone likes the sun. Maybe you're sensitive to it. Maybe you burn easily, whatever it may be. Maybe you just like it when it's nice and cloudy. If you are sensitive to sun, your sunscreen budget might shoot through the roof. So definitely something to be aware of. Along with that, the weather simply cannot make up its mind. So we have extremely unpredictable weather. It could literally be a monsoon 1 minute and then 80 degrees like 10 minutes later. It could literally snow a foot, and then by the afternoon, it's all melted. So weather really cannot make up its mind. If you need predictable weather, if you need warm weather, then Denver might not be for you. Along with that, sometimes we do have longer winters. So it's not uncommon for us to have like crazy snowstorms in April or May. It's like you think summer's right around the corner. Boom, we get hit by a crazy snowstorm. So if you're the type where, I have some friends, family members that literally wear winter coats when it's like 60 degrees out. They're like, I can't handle it if it gets below 50. Well, in Colorado, we have a lot of days where it is indeed under 50. So it's something that you've got to be ready for. So next item on my list is the altitude. So we are called the Mile High City, not just because we were one of the first cities to legalize marijuana, but also because we are at a mile above sea level. So now, if you've never been at high altitude, that might not mean much to you, but the air is much thinner up here, so it's tougher to breathe up here. It's, kind of, if you're working out a lot, it might be a lot tougher for you to adjust to. If you like indulging in adult beverages, that might be an adjustment where all of a sudden it's like, maybe you were used to having a 6-pack of beer and now you have 3 and you're like, I am feeling it. That is because of the altitude. So high altitude is something to be aware of. If you have breathing issues already, then the high altitude might not be for you. So next I'm going to talk about the just congestion of the city of Denver. So Denver is a pretty congested city. So this is especially going to be specific for downtown Denver, where I believe it's something like 4,600 people live per square mile. So it's like packed in there. So, that makes it that way. It's very trafficy. It makes it that way if you're the type where you want like a nice home with lots of land or a nice big yard, you're probably not going to find that in Denver. You're probably going to need to go to one of the surrounding cities, which there's a lot of them, where there's a lot of great housing options. So we can definitely find that. But Denver itself is going to be very congested. It's going to be very attached home heavy, where you're going to have a lot of condos, duplexes, townhomes without any yards. So if you have a dog that likes to be around, it might be a little tougher there. There are single family homes, but to be honest, most of them in Denver are on pretty small lots of land, so you're not going to see a lot of big pieces of land, a lot of big yards. So the congestion is definitely something to be aware of. So along with the congestion comes a lot of traffic. So if you don't like traffic now, we don't get like LA, New York traffic, but it can get pretty trafficy, where it could take you a while to get from one side of town to the other. So traffic is definitely something to be aware of. Along with that, while our town has invested a lot in public transit recently, you have Union Station that's downtown, and it goes to like a lot of the major cities around there. But if you're like a commuter that is like commuting from, say, Aurora to Denver, there's not like a great solution for that. You're probably going to have to own a car. So when it comes to like if you are living in downtown Denver and working in downtown Denver, it's very walkable, it's very bikeable. But if you're talking, if you're a bigger distance away, I don't think the public transit's quite where it needs to be to really allow you to not have a car. So, there is obviously Ubers and scooters and bikes around downtown, but if you're looking at a longer commute, you probably do need to have a car. It can be very difficult to use the light rail or the bus system around here. With that also goes if you are living in downtown or a lot of Denver cities, parking can be an issue. So it's rare that you see homes with more than 2-car garages. If you're living in a condo, you might have like 1 or 2, deeded spaces for you. But if you have people over, they might be parking far away, walking really far. So parking can definitely be an issue if you're the type where you have several vehicles, you like having people over. Just be aware the parking situation in a lot of areas in Denver can be quite tricky. So to kind of follow along those congestion traffic problems, a lot of this is caused by the gentrification that has happened in the Denver area over the last, couple decades. This has caused the cost of housing to rise. So what we're starting to see is there's a lot of like people that have lived in an area. It's had a lower cost of living for quite some time. Developers, start coming in, they start knocking down all of these, homes that have been there forever, building bigger homes, nicer homes, duplexes, taking over whole sections, building condos. So it's a lot of areas where you see a big combination of like older homes and then super new, nice homes. And what that's doing is it's causing the housing market to increase. It's making it so, unfortunately, a lot of people have maybe lived in those areas for a lot of their lives, maybe generations, all of a sudden can't afford that. So gentrification is a real thing in Denver. It's happening. It's what's causing, a lot of housing markets and prices to go up a significant amount. So cost of housing right now, timing of this video, for a single family home in Denver, you're looking at right around $650,000 for a single family home. Now, according to National Area of Realtors, the national median is right around $400,000. So you are looking at a significant, bump up from the national average. So compared to the national average, our cost of living is a little bit higher. But overall, I don't think it's through the roof, the cost of homes. If you're watching this video and you're from like New York or LA or some places in Florida or, Seattle or, a lot of other East Coast, you're like, man, 650, done. I'll do that all day long. So, so that might not be an issue for you, but according to the national average, it is a higher home price. So next thing I'm going to talk about is, now, this one's a big plus for me, but a lot of people could be a con. Our culture in Denver can be heavily influenced by the sports teams. So, you know that I've said it before in my videos in the past. We are the city of champions. You know, Broncos have 3 Super Bowls, Avs 3 Stanley Cups, Nuggets just got a championship, DU's won a handful of championships. You know, our soccer, lacrosse teams, they've all won them. So, what's happening with sports can actually have a pretty big impact on the culture in the area. So, what you'll find is if the Broncos aren't playing good, it can put a damper on like people's feelings on Mondays. They might not be in a good mood. So that's definitely something to be aware of, is that the sports can influence it. Now, when the sports teams are good, it's an awesome culture. It can be a lot of fun, but that could also be a negative for you, because if you hate sports and you're going to work or going downtown and all anyone's talking about is how the Nuggets just won the championship, that might drive you crazy. So our town is very invested in our sports teams, so that if you're not into sports, could be a turnoff. So next thing I'm going to talk about is something that really will never change in Colorado, and that is we don't have any oceans in Colorado. If you've seen a map, we are landlocked. There's states all around us, so no oceans. So I've got some friends that, you know, live close to oceans, close to beaches, and they're like, well, I don't know if I could move to Colorado because there's no ocean. It's like, you got me there. There's no ocean. There never will be. We've got some nice lakes, some nice reservoirs, all of that, but no ocean. So if you have to be next to an ocean, then Denver might not be for you, because we will never be next to an ocean. But I think we more than make up for it in other activities that we have year-round. So our outdoor activities are definitely endless, which brings me to the last one for Denver. Denver is roughly 30-45 minutes from the mountains. Now, for most people, especially if you're not from like a mountain area, you're like, oh, 45 minutes, that's nothing. I'll take that all day long. But there are a lot of people who love being in the mountains. They like going hiking, mountain biking, whatever it is. They like going skiing, and they want to be closer to the mountains. So Denver is, you know, a little bit more of a drive. You can get into like Arvada, Golden, you know, Boulder, obviously. If you want to be closer to the mountains, there are options that are a lot closer that can get you that. So Denver, while it is close and I think very easy to make a day trip, it is farther than obviously any city that's like west of I-25. So those are some of the main reasons why Denver may not be for you. But if it's not, you're in luck, because there's a lot of other great cities that you can check out. I'm actually going to link my video for 7 affordable cities near the Denver metro area. So that's why it may not be for you. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Hopefully this video helped you learn something new about the city of Denver. Maybe it helped you decide if it is the right city for you or not. Like I said, if you watch this video and decide Denver is not for you, you know, there's a lot of other great cities that we can definitely talk about. If you have any questions about any of those cities, any questions about Denver, any questions about real estate, make sure you do give me a call, shoot me a text, write me an email. I'm available 24/7 to answer any questions that you may have. Along with that, if you haven't had a chance to yet, make sure you do click that red subscribe button below, as I do post weekly videos all about living in and moving to the Denver metro area. So with that being said, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Bearded Realtor, signing off.